Can't quite read the name, but either way, some early engagements possibly for Tempo here.
Unlucky loot location came around with just some ammunition. You see a lot of these players, even while traveling, they're going to smack every single, any material source they can, because early game fights, courage, 1 or 2 builds can make the difference between winning a 1v1 or not. And look, Slaying inside the house came up with a chug jug. He's got a blue AR already, and Tempo sitting on a gray tactical shotgun at this range is not going to be nearly effective. Shotguns, you got to be very up close. That's why he's using the build. Trying to get in. It gets a shot through the window. Are you kidding me? 80 damage. Leaves Slaying at 20. This chug jug could come in big if Tempo lets him get it off. Tempo lets him use it.
But
Tempo's got to push.
Remember, he's only got 30. He's been tagged twice already, but this AR does 33 damage. So Tempo still has 34 health, meaning Slaying is to hit 2 bullets. While he's only got 20 HP, Tempo has a shotgun.
The top right corner, you can see just how close these 2 players are. Third-partying.
Tempo got a shield off. Tempo got 2 shields. Is he max shields now? And he's popping a chug jar. Are these guys both with 200 HP?
Full reset. Slaying only has 4 builds. Tempo's bandaged. So Tempo's going to be at 175 if Slaying lets him get the entirety of the bandages off, which he's going to. Slaying's at 200.
Do you think Tempo heard that? I can't tell if Tempo heard that.
The trap placement. Hopefully Tempo heard that and does not push through the window.
He's only got 8 bullets. Forget everything else. He's only got 8 bullets. He's got to hope against this limb right here. He's out of ammo. He's out of ammo. He's dancing around. He's got
picked up a great pistol.
That's his last line of defense.
He's got to push. And Tempo gets the elimination.
And you see, no. Can't believe it. Somehow, in the 2 rooms these guys loot, they each get max shields and a chug jug. Here's Nick Merckx early on, facing off against Ryan Rex. The dual pistols. Okay, Nick, earning an early limb. One of the first of the game.
At that point, there were only 97. There were 97. So that was 98th place. 84 left right now, though. 2 minutes and 14 seconds until the circle moves. This is kind of a northeast, a centralized northeast main circle, which means a lot of players, regardless of where they dropped, maybe only flush factory at this point, or even lucky landing potentially because of the path these players are going to have to take. Should be concerned. Everybody else can kind of take their time and build up some materials as they move. And Nick is totally fine inside Tilted. He's going to go through here. Players will always smack out all the furniture inside. It's not worth a lot of resources, Jack, but
every little
you
bit
knock them down pretty quick, and there's a lot of them.
Early game when you can only build 10 walls, getting enough mats to maybe build 2 more, that's 20%. And you can wind up earning yourself. Oh, big fall there from Jumpman. Sakairos now has the high ground. He actually falls and trying to hit a shotgun shot. Doesn't connect yet, and he's out of materials.
Jumpman trying to get the little peek over the top there. You saw him jumping to try and take a shot. Backing out, hiding in his own box. He does have 5 bandages, maybe an opportunity to heal up, but Sakairos he has to apply pressure, which he is. And Sakairos goes down to Jumpman, very accurate. You saw multiple crits in there, and the shield disappearing. Sakairos only 28 HP.
He had 28 health.
He didn't take a single point of damage.
That's one that you want back. If you're Sakairos now, Kayun, 1 player above, 1 player nearby. It seems like everyone that landed risky is now getting in their fights. This big shield could make all the difference. There you go, wants a third party this engagement. Shotgun shots coming on in, can only build 2 walls. That's Joda just above. That was a perfect spray, knocks him all the way down. Brilliantly done by Kayun.
Kayun earns that elimination. Knowing the exact location where your opponents stopped up top, maybe potentially built based on the walls that were still being built mid-engagement, he says, you must be behind this rim.
Here's Cryo at Junk Junction.
Big shot takes Stratify out. Point blank tack hits like a bus, and the rate of fire is high enough that you can unload rounds, unload shotgun shells, and deal a lot of damage very quickly.
So it's kind of known by a lot of people. Chap likes to go to Wailing Woods, and he's already got 700 wood. He's pushed towards Risky. He's got 1 limb to this point.
Looking to pick up a second quickly underneath him.
Yep. He hears the double barrel. Now that it's been shot once, I think this is Chap's green light to go for this. Trying to stop him from getting the reload off. Chap continuing to spray on down, drum gun in hand, so darn good for shredding these walls. And he doesn't have a ton of ammo. Does take a pretty healthy hit right there. Ooh.
Kayun picking up his second elimination.
You heard the reaction from everybody here. The double barrel, when you are that close, and it does that pure like 160 damage. Yeah, that's why it's now the new meta of shotguns to use in competitive Fortnite.
You saw right there that golden double barrel, even at kind of moderate range for a shotgun like that, the spread is very high and the damage drop off happens quickly.
Yep.
Over 100 damage while jumping over the top of his opponent. A quick 2-shot. And this is Tfue out in the little Wild West, the set of Pueblos out here. He's looking, trying to hunt down a player underneath him. Compact SMG, a shotgun, an AR, and a hunting rifle. Stalking his opponent. Now he has tons of materials at this point. We've seen players start to favor this drop out here because the larger rocks, Courage, come away with. Wow, what a shot! Yep. Tfue picks up his second elim. Those large rocks, like I was saying, they have 50+ brick in them, and they only take a few melee hits.
He was blind from Cloud9, one a limb to this point. Again, you see immediately how these players just begin to break down structures when they realize they have so little materials. Whoa.
Ball back up with Nick Merckx looking for anything. You get a 9 and a 20 off there. The 50 damage just pushes up on Lavish and gets him to the bottom of the staircase there.
Nick's got 3. Nick's got 3 limbs. That's a point for Nick Merckx, putting him on the board as well. And it looks like he wants to go for more. He's not done yet.
Airco, a player we've seen a number of times in the past. It looks like Nick Merckx might be getting third-party. Multiple players here in Tilted as he's trying to back out of this engagement and saying the position I'm in right now, he's getting shot from above. It's not good enough to go for an engagement that somebody already has the top down on him. You see in the feed Tyler's getting double flower out. Here to Derp going down to a 189-meter rifle shot, but Nick found a chug jug.
Nick's like, sure, I'll take that. That sounds good to me, my friend. And Nick is one of the best players at navigating Tilted, right? Knowing the ins and outs, the little escape routes you can have right there, just sneaks away in towards this new building. Uses that chug jug to get to max HP. This is Crunch, who we highlighted a little bit back in game 1 with his quick edits and his fast building, and right there, shows off the edit power, gets that a limb.
Kevin Crunch both west side of Loot Lake, but they're not alone here. Tempo a little ways away between Tilted and their current location at these factories on the west side of Tilted. We might see a third party from him if he hears the engagement. They are in they're close to the edge of the zone though. Courage, they have 1 minute and 44 seconds before they have to move, but just so people are aware, there are still 2 players outside of the zone coming from Pleasant Park and Shifty Shafts, so we might see some drops to the storm and the feed here. But Kevin Crunch looking for each other. Meanwhile, C9 Blind, Salty Springs locks himself in. He's listening, and the turbo build's going to protect the wall. He just has to hold down left mouse click while his opponent's trying to smack it out. He still owns it, so he can edit his way out, and he's gonna use that to his advantage. A lot of this structure, I believe, is still his, so he can edit these. But his opponent, like we've seen a number of times, they're gonna smack him out. They're gonna use a pickaxe, replace it, so they take control of the wall. They decide when the hole is open.
Should be a cleanup. You think
162.
162. Okay, well, now that he knows that this player's got under 40 HP, he just wants this, and that's what you talk about with him owning a lot of these walls. He can edit through, edit through. Here's another engagement. Can he clean up the limb? There it is. That was NRG Kasid who gets cut down.
Blind's got to feel good about that, especially after last round. I love seeing these players improve on their own gameplay, but Double Flowers stuck inside the house, already super low HP, walks in on Flowers, trying to use turbo build to keep his opponent out, but it wasn't fast enough, and he had already been through the wall location, gets a shot off, a very easy elimination just because of the low HP of Flower already.
You'll see, whenever anyone's in this scenario, they never sit still. Even right now, Pupper, yeah, he'd love to just sit still and kind of take his hands off the keyboard, but you never know if there's a sniper aiming in at you. Always strafing, always making sure he's not an easy target. We'll take a couple pop shots, and you hear that?
Speaking
you literally hear that?
The reason he's
whoever just shot that sniper, thank you for making my point.
Giving credibility to Courage just by a single sniper shot.
When you're playing in these games, even at home, in any match, you always have to think with the mindset that there's a sniper watching me. Even if there's not, always think that there could be. Because again, those third-party opportunities, someone's hunting, someone's watching at all times.
Colton, the winner from our first heat, goes down to Jumpman's tack shotgun. My apologies, double barrel up close there, and Jumpman's going to top off. Very edge of retail, very edge of the safe zone. Yeah, 3 eliminations. That's a point. He doesn't have to move very far. 47th Architect.
You think he's in a great spot here, but he is quite low on AR ammo.
And the zone's moving. Yep. He has to decide whether it's time to engage, which it looks like his opponent says it is, and Frankie gets the elim. His 47th trying to move out. And that's actually Frankie's third elimination. That's a single point for him, which already puts him in a fantastic spot. His loadout is actually exceptional right now, too. 2 full shields. He had a bolt action.
But
he
he's
had
got
a Tommy
so
gun,
little HP in the zone. That's the thing.
He's got to move.
He still has a minute. The zone still has a minute to push. So he's got to run so far. There's people nearby. Nick's got someone just above. I think he'll break down wheels here any second. This could be another elimination for Nick Merckx, which would put him at 4. And he still has a campfire to use, so even though he's in the zone, still in an okay position. Trying to match the building of wheels. They're on the same level now. Nick trying to swap to that shotgun. There's the elimination.
Shot on wheels.
Nick Merckx hasn't been stopped yet, folks.
He's got a med kit, too. He's in a great spot to keep on moving with the zone. He's actually, looking at the map, he's relatively far out. He has quite a ways to go. He's still all the way across Dusty. Hopefully there's more than one med kit there, or maybe he has a launch pad, because otherwise he's in a tough spot.
Yeah, he most certainly is. Pupper. Now remember, when this zone closes, it's going to start hitting even harder. Is this the second? Is this second? Yeah. This player's now trying to med kit to stay alive here. Pupper getting chunked on down. He's got to stop and use this med kit. It's hitting for 2.
Cut off. This means it's a 1v1 fight, and he doesn't have any eliminations left. So no matter the outcome, no points.
Both of them drop.
Now it goes down as well. You see all their loot sliding down the ramp.
The Storm is quite good at getting eliminations, and you see it there over towards Hysteria. Just took down Yo-Yo. Keep it up. That's his first elimination of the game.
Now, this is actually Hysteria's 3rd time through the qualifiers. He played through all the heats before this and has done very well in those, but each qualifier he's gotten very close. I remember overhearing he got to 11th place multiple matches, I believe, yesterday, which is just one spot short of getting even just a single point, which could have put him in on Monday.
This is where the little huts begin to get built. The 1x1s, the little bases to hide on in. Over to Cristo. Above Lonely Lodge. Won't be safe for this next zone, but he's playing like this because he's got WBG Ranger just below him. Ranger tries to spray on down. The trap comes in. There's 150, and oh no, Cristo. A little bit of a panic there. It
looked like, I don't know if you noticed, was he attempting the rift to go his way out of there just at the last second of the trap damage?
Possibly, as now Kayun thinks he's got a free elim opportunity in a third party. What he doesn't know is that that player below took 0 damage, so they're both around the same amount of HP. And as a player, Lupo, you can sometimes use that to your advantage. Play mind games to your opponent. Oh, he thinks I'm weak because I just got in this engagement. Meanwhile, he's still more than ready to fight again.
Remember, too, if that trap is still in there, an opportunity for a lot of damage.
A lot of AR ammo being used. Keep an eye on the amount that Kayun has. Just about one and a half clips left.
I believe if Ranger makes it to Monday, that's the 4th player for WBG that would make it through, which is incredible. It's an excellent roster. Nick Merckx in the feed takes C9 blind out.
Jeez, Nick Merckx is a man on a mission.
5 elims, that's 2 points already. That might lock Merckx in for Monday.
Oh yeah, no, Nick's in a brilliant position because he had elims last game too. Here's Fade in a little build battle around one of these houses. Stops Joshua right there. Once he gets the high ground, he just goes for the quick shotgun shot. That heavy, so darn good when you get the headshot crit. And this is from Ranger's perspective. Drops him down, places the trap, edits the wall above him, swaps to the shotgun. It happens so quick, but every single one of those actions was calculated. A much-deserved limb right there. Is he going to go for this? Is he going to go for this? Oh, gets blocked.
One of the most aggressive launch pads we've seen so far. He's trying to get the drop in on him up top. The reason he went for it, or potentially went for it, is because the opponent at the top of the tower
He's got 6.
He was already in an engagement, so he kind of had the drop on him. But there's 3 players in this box. Triz is nearby, 2 across the street. Nick Merckx, like you said, was 6 eliminations.
Leading this game. What an absolute beast. He's blind in second, and the limbs is already out. This one, Nick trying to break through these walls. He's made it up through. The spray with the drum gun, isn't enough? No!
Just short of the 7th elimination. That would have been 3 points there.
I'm surprised he didn't swap to the heavy shotgun. I think he was hoping that maybe the drum gun spray would have been enough, but if he's got the heavy shotgun right there, I think Freak's dead 10 times over.
Potentially, or even to a trap play in that situation. They were in the same box. If he owned a wall, there were a lot of options. JP2 from Luminosity Gaming.
We've seen him play with Cypher, I believe, before.
Chris from C9 and 5.
Minigun, freak, panic building. The minigun shreds if you land some of those hip fires.
Now, we saw yesterday, though, the minigun kind of biting back a little bit against players that decided to use it. Multiple engagements in a row, Courage, where minigun just didn't work out.
Look at Chris.
In the right hands, it's powerful.
Wants this fight so badly. The one thing Freak can do, maybe use this heavy shotgun. And Chris gets the elim. Geomach still alive. If you've never met Geomach in real life, I'm pretty sure he's 8 foot tall. That's real.
We'll have to stat check that one, Courage. The push from the east side. You have 17 seconds, 28 players left, and after this circle closes is when things start to get chaotic with circle moves. The Kriz we just saw on the feed a second ago, that elimination that we were watching, he's at 2. One more versus who he's against right now. That'll give him 3. That's a point. This drum gun push, we've seen it a ton of times and paid off, but watch the trap. Horrify almost gets it off. And Kriz falls down below, just barely dodging. You heard it go off right there, the reset. So it attempted to do damage. He dodged his way out. He would have survived. He had over 150 HP, but man, those last-ditch efforts, they pay off in just the right situations. Fast, it's Crispy trying to push his way up.
He's going to chase us down. Look for maybe his own little hut to build into. Doesn't have a lot of materials.
Going right at it.
Yeah, he wants to go for this. I think it's more of a desperation play.
Boxing himself literally next door, trying to. He's going to take ownership of some of these, or potentially even knock him down. We'll see here in a sec. He's decided to layer himself up. He knows that Tyler's above him, is getting shot from a third party, and there's a number of players around him. So he says, I'm not going to expose myself too much right now. You guys fight it out. I'll wait to see if I can pop out. He only has very little materials left, but Tifu in the feed you saw there just got an elimination on Rex. The fight here, Crispy deciding it might be time to make a move. Relocating, trying to build up all these layers, as many as he can. He's going to push up. He's out of materials, though. 7 wood, 7 brick.
Oh, no.
And an interesting edit. The corners there kind of create that little diagonal bridge with the walls, but it's enough that you can sneak down the edge.
A little frantic, not going to lie. Shivsy goes down, Resume goes down, and Emat also goes down. So now there's 22 players getting close towards that top 10 threshold.
Crispy's right here to kind of keep quiet. You see in the top right, there's 4 or 5 players in the area around them, all kind of building and layering on top of each other just to try and stay safe as the circle is going to get ready to move here.
Just listen to how much is going on around him. And he's got no materials. He can't do anything. It's Kayun's 3rd elimination. Go ahead and swap to replay this. Quick little edit on the window. Peekaboo.
Takes JP2 out. Tempo, I'm assuming, just eliminated Young Prism. You see that in the feed. Perfect. That's 2 eliminations.
Look at his reaction. Like, oh, gosh.
He's got max wood, 200 brick. He's in a decent position because right now, you see that this mountain that's next to him, that's natural cover that he can use. He can push up the left side of the map once the circle starts to move. Tifu over here, 3 eliminations, that's 1 point. So he's in a better position than it was even last game.
I'm going to say right now, for the big names that we've seen participate, this has been some of the best performances so far, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where, like,
Nick Merckx, Chap, Tifu all putting out a good show.
Nick Merckx, already Tempo, already with points on the board. Sitting in great positions to qualify for tomorrow. Again, I have to stress it, folks. We've had qualifiers all this week. It's to earn positions for tomorrow's $1.5 million grand final. It's a holiday. Tune on in. Tell everyone to be there. If you're live in the venue, you will want to be here to secure a spot here early on tomorrow. Do not miss this live in person. This crowd's going to get nuts.
And Tifu doing something you said even before. This is a pretty common tactic. He's very good at waiting, pacing his timing. He's going to try and drop the structure that his opponent was using to push in, but it wasn't enough. Multiple layers on that from these top tier builders, so they can. He still even got in Tifu, who's under his opponent's underneath him now, and he's got to wait. The rock's coming in. A time bounce pad to fly away, try and get out, and this is what we were seeing earlier. Crispy's down at the bottom of that catacomb of structure. Kriz getting the elimination in the feed there on Nikiski, I believe is the name.
This is Tifu and Tempo.
Right on top of each other, literally a box away.
Not this, though. Not here when it's all solos. Tfue using the bounce pad, trying to soar forward. Thankfully for him, none of those drum gun bullets connect. He's made it to the closest spot to this next zone. Sign of a great player, making sure positioning for the next move. Now getting sprayed again. I just realized, Lupo, look at his materials. I mean, this is bad. 10
builds left. I believe that's why you saw he built up that layer in front of him, but didn't cap the top off. Plus, he started to get shot from above. He kind of waited. He knew he had to time the builds correctly, because if he had spent all his material earlier, that means his opponent shooting from above could have potentially busted through and taken shots on him, maybe even eliminated him. You see there, he actually flew early. He made it into the zone, Tfue, but this is where things get crazy. Courage. Everybody's moving at the same time. 4 eliminations for Kriz here. 1 more gets him a second point, plus there's 16 left. 6 more players go down. That's another point for anybody left remaining.
Kriz has all these shields, gonna get back up to 100 shields. Still 16 players left. Expect a few to begin to drop here. Fade takes down Jayamak. You see Cryo lost to the storm. Another engagement going down as Crispy's trying to sneak on in. 14 players left. Crispy still has no builds. Tfue eliminates Base Soldier, which will maybe give him materials to hold on to. As Triz, yes, he gets 500 wood. That's a game-changing elim for Tfue. Remember, folks, in game 1, Tfue died to Chap when he was 1 elim and 1 position away from earning 2 points. Here, he's earned 1 point this game and another elim plus 2 more elims in the total game. Top 10 would get him another.
Now, we were watching Crispy a second ago, who was sitting on 7 and 7 for his wood and brick, and you saw he made his way in underneath. He's in the bottom, and he hid next to a tree, but opted not to knock it down because the tree, the setup inside that little catacomb, the builds that were around it, he's totally covered. He can hide in the bottom of the tree, and players that are sneaking by, he might get the drop on him. He might have an opportunity for another elimination, rather than knocking the tree down and coming out with maybe 30 wood. There's 3 builds that it would get knocked down so fast, it might not matter.
Tenpo in a fight with Bumboy. There's another elim for him. Tfue just trying to position himself. Already in that next zone. Made it to 11th. This is where he died last time. Not the case here. Tenpo gets another.
Everybody that's left alive right now does get +1 point. They're all top 10. Kriz coming away with a double in the shotgun eliminations of the feed. Crispy then follows up and takes Kriz out with an SMG. And Tfue trying to establish himself up top, somewhere safe. He's 6 remaining, 4 eliminations. He needs 1 more for another point.
He wants those, Matt. He wants that loot so bad.
He better. He's got 15 builds left total. And he's going to start to use them to try and get up top, opting out of going after those. But the Rocket's coming in saying, nope, you got to go back down. Now's the time to try and make a positional decision. He's got to go down. That's exactly what he's going to do. He doesn't want to take too much fall damage. He's going to push in the zone. He's in the bottom fighting now. Tfue gets another one. That's 5 elims. Makes it to top 3. 2 left.
All the loot's falling to Tfue. He's trying to drop on down. Can he drop his opponent in time? Tfue spraying out the build. Here he comes.
Are you kidding me?
Tfue with the win and the pop-off celebration. Dramatics in the final moments there. Tfue, a heartbreaking game 1 gave him the fuel to turn up there in game 2.
He's dropping. You see TNT Rain trying to get the shot off on the